Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm bringing you a quite highly requested video actually. Ever since I spoke about the fact that I'm doing DOV, a lot of people have asked me to do a video about it. So I thought I would wait until I've actually completed it before I actually sit down and talk to you about it. So I'm just going to be talking about like why I did it, what skills I did, any advice that I have, talk about my expedition and like what I got out of it overall. And just a general experience video. I don't really know what people wanted me to talk about specifically, so I just thought I would cover a whole range of stuff for those of you who are doing DOV and don't know what to do for your sections, want advice, want to know if you should do it, want to relate. I don't really know, but you guys wanted to know about my DOV, so I'm going to do a video about it. Okay, so I'm going to start off by talking about why I did DOV. So in year 12 I did silver DOV. I had actually done bronze DOV in year 9. When I was 14, 15, and like, I don't know, in year 9 I found it really stressful because I'd never really come into contact with something before that I needed to be stressed about. Like when I was that old I wasn't really that focused on school. I kind of just did my homework with as little effort as possible. Didn't have that many deadlines, so I wasn't used to it and I found it really stressful in year 9, and I really struggled to find my sections. I had like a mental breakdown over it, little fears, 14-year-old me. That's not really relevant, but I don't particularly remember enjoying it that much. I found the expedition, like, I didn't find it hard because I go for walks with my family quite a lot when we were on holiday when I was younger, so I was totally fine with walking, but it was all the navigating, getting lost, having the big rucksack, having to camp. I haven't really camped before, although I have walked, and I found the navigating quite stressful because I did most of the navigating because I literally have trust issues. Like, I swear to God, I really didn't like other people navigating because I was so paranoid that they were taking us in the wrong direction. So I did a lot of navigating, which was kind of quite stressful because then I had to take control of the group, which is fine because obviously I could have let other people navigate, but I wanted to because I'm a control freak. But yeah, overall in year 9, like, it was a good experience and I was glad that I did it. But I was like, right, I've finished DOV, I'm not going to do it again. And that was it. I was just going to do bronze DOV and that was it. But that changed when year 12 came about. So basically at the beginning of year 12 we were being told about university, you need stuff to write in your personal statement. I didn't know at this point a personal statement was like 80% academic or like 75% academic and like the rest just extracurricular, like whatever. Like, I play a sports team, I play the flute, I've done DOV, blah. I thought, and they were telling me I would need to have something to put on my personal statement, and I was like, I literally have nothing. Like, I'm literally screwed. Like, I've done no sports teams, never played an instrument, so I literally had nothing apart from bronze DOV that I did when I was 14. So I was like, I'm gonna have to do DOV, otherwise I don't know what I'm gonna write in my personal statement. So yeah, I was originally gonna do gold DOV actually, but because I'd only done bronze, I would have to be a direct entrant to gold, which would mean that I would have to do long on the sections, whereas if I did silver, because I'd done bronze before silver, I'd get a lot of time cut off my sections, which I'll talk about later. If you don't know what a section is, just like bear with me. But if I did silver, I had to do 3 months for one section and 2 6-month sections, whereas if I did gold, I think I had to do an 18-month section and 2 1-year sections, and that would like overlap into my A-levels, and I wasn't really prepared to like have it going that long and like have to worry about it for that long. I just wanted to do something quickly and have it done. So I decided to do silver because it wouldn't overlap into my A-levels. It's literally done now and it is easier, and it's DOV. It's basically almost the same, just gold is a bit harder, but I just write DOV on my like personal statement and they don't really care whether it says silver or gold that much. They care about the academics. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of unsatisfying that I haven't done gold and I've done the other 2, but it was just easier for me to just do silver, and there was literally only one group in year 12 doing silver. So I was with all my friends and it was actually quite a nice little group. We all got on really well. There was 7 of us and we were all girls, and I really liked everyone in my group. Obviously there was a few rifts on the expedition, but like that is like inevitably going to happen, like, so it's really not that big of a deal. And I did the walking one as well, by the way, in case anyone wanted to know. But yeah, I've talked about sections, but basically if you don't know what a section is you have to do a volunteering section, a skill section and a physical section, and then you have to do your expedition as well to be able to pass. Yeah, that's quite self-explanatory. A lot of people struggle with what their sections are going to be and who's going to be their assessor for their section. And for both bronze and silver, I did the exact same. I volunteered at literally the same charity shop, or like a different physical shop but the same charity. and I've cooked and I did cycling. I did a lot of cycling and I spoke about it in some videos when I was still doing it, so yeah, pretty simple. My stepdad is a cycling, he has like cycling qualifications. Technically I'm not supposed to have him assess me, but they didn't know, so I was just like, I'll use him as an assessor. And then our family friends just assess me for cooking because they're good at cooking. And volunteering, I just had the shop manager do that. So just, I'd say just use your family friends for assessors, it's a lot easier. But if you are going to like an actual club or something, then obviously you have the person who leads the club, but you could completely do it on your own. I was really bad with my sections. I literally lacked so much discipline. Apart from volunteering, because that was at a set time each week, I wasn't very good at actually keeping up with it. So if there'd be a week that I wouldn't cook, I like fell quite far behind. So I kind of cooked when I could and then kind of lied about the date on my activity log, which isn't great, but I mean I still passed. So the cycling wasn't as bad. But I did have to plan to go out, and I was doing it during winter, so it was really cold when I was doing it. But like where I live, there's a lot of cycling routes, so it was really, really good. I would say for your physical, I would do something that challenges you, because not only will you get fitter and you'll feel healthier, it also really helps you actually like gain some strength for your expedition. Because my sister just did walking for her bronze, and I mean I'm sure she enjoyed it and all that, but I feel like if you do something that's a lot more challenging, you will find the expedition less challenging, because it is hard. Yeah, that's basically my sections. Very simple. I was very lazy with them, but I passed them. If you just write down what you're doing in your activity log every week and all the details, and then you just have it all saved, take photos of it in case you lose it, you can't lose any of your evidence. I would also say if you like do like a walking or cycling or running sort of skill, you should definitely like get one of the apps where it like tracks where you've walked and then take screenshots of that on your phone and then back them up and stuff, and that's like really good evidence. So that's what I did for mine. Yeah, so I'm just going to talk about my expedition now. So I went to the Peak District, which is Derbyshire, because it's quite hilly and the terrain's got to be harder than bronze, and it's 2 nights and 3 days. I don't really know what to say about my expedition. Like it was harder than bronze, obviously, because bronze was in like the easiest location and we were like so ahead of time on bronze. And I think the harder thing about it wasn't physically, it was psychologically, because we knew on the second day that we still weren't done and we still had to go back with a wet tent and cook and do a whole nother day. I think that was the worst bit, the psychological element. Physically it was fine, like obviously we hurt and we were tired, but it wasn't really that much different physically from bronze. It was more just psychologically that it was different. And yeah, for food as well, food is something that people struggle with. Food, I had like Tilda rice bags. I'll try and put a picture of them on the screen, but basically you can get like all sorts. You can get like vegan ones and stuff as well. Tilda rice bags, because I had sandwiches on my practice and I was just like, these are so boring. They were literally dried up peanut butter sandwiches because I'd made them before I went and it just wasn't nice. So I took rice bags, and some of them were nice, some of them weren't nice. If you do get rice bags, make sure you get ones with like beans in them or something, so that they're more interesting. But yeah, they were fine, and it was more interesting than eating like a sandwich. I took so many snacks. I took loads of serene, nuts. Nuts are really good, they have so many calories in them. I'm trying to think of what else I took and I literally can't remember. Belvita breakfast biscuits, they were good. And Naked bars as well, loads of Naked bars. And that's basically what I took for snacks. And then for like breakfast we just had like Oats So Simple porridge, which was literally fine, like, and then I put like pumpkin seeds in it because I just wanted to be extra, and you know, a bit of protein. And then for our dinners I had like Wayfarer, like boil in a bag meals, and like I am a food snob and they were actually nice, like I actually enjoyed eating them. I had like chicken curry and veggie curry and they were actually really, really good, which I was very surprised by. I had the spag bowl one, that was disgusting, but the curries were actually really, really nice. So I'd really recommend them. And also it means you don't have to do any washing up because you boil it in the bag, eat it out of the bag. The only thing you have to wash up is your spoon, and literally I just like wiped it with a piece of like tissue paper that I took, like a piece of toilet roll. So I literally did no washing up for the entire thing. That was really good. I did obviously have more rubbish because I had like the rice bags as well, and the porridge, but like it wasn't that bad. I also took a lot of tea. I lived off peppermint and licorice tea. It was great. But the expedition, it was, I think the worst bit about the expedition once again was the same, because I don't really know if I've touched on it before, but I really do have trust issues. I don't know what it is, but I feel really on edge if I'm just letting someone else navigate. I don't know what it is, and I feel really bad. Like, obviously I don't think that they're bad at navigating and they're going to take me the wrong way, but I don't like not being in control. That's such a bad thing of mine. Like, I actually need to sort myself out. But we had 2 maps, so like when I was being like a freak and like saying, okay, I'm not going to navigate because I literally can't navigate the whole thing, otherwise our group will get failed, I'd have a map and just walk at the back and let someone else do it. I would say I'm good at navigating though. I mean, we only got lost. We got really lost on the first day. It was awful. We walked like 10,000 more steps than we had to, and we got back at like 7 o'clock and it was getting dark by the time we got back, and it was just awful. I got chased by a cow. I had to jump over a dry stone wall. That wasn't fun. It was literally horrible. I had the biggest bruise ever. I put it in a video, but then I edited it out because I just thought it was a bit weird to share that. Looking back, I don't know if I'd say I enjoyed my expedition. Like, I think I just wanted to get through it because I was like quite stressed at the time, because it was in like the first few weeks of year 13 on the weekend, and like I had loads of history reading to do, which I did actually take with me, but I didn't do any of it. So I was more stressed, like, let's just get this weekend over with, because I had so much to do at home. Yeah, I don't know, I wouldn't say I didn't enjoy it, but I wouldn't say I did enjoy it. It's just like, I'm not the sort of person who enjoys that sort of stuff. I think at my school as well, we're not allowed to take our phones. Well, we are allowed to take our phones, but we have to have them turned off in a little envelope at the bottom of our bag, and then they can tell if we've been on them. So we couldn't take phones, which is fine. I didn't even take mine. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of it is a bit pointless. Like, if I got lost, I would just take out my phone and find out where I am. If I was on my own, I would have found it a lot easier. But I think that's kind of the whole point of it, like learning to like manage a team, be part of a team, not just think about yourself, which is basically what I do. So I think I definitely found that aspect challenging, because honestly, like, I'm just not a good team player. Like, I'm just naturally like a very self-thinking, selfish person. I'm not going to pretend I'm not. And I have like trust issues with people, so I wasn't very good at just like letting go and trusting someone else to navigate. I think that's what I found hardest, and then psychologically knowing that I still had to do more days and more nights in the tent, eat food that wasn't like the best, and then when I got back to school I would have to do loads of work. I think that's probably why I didn't particularly enjoy it, but I didn't dislike it. Like, we had some good laughs. We found like a rope swing and we swung on that, and there were some really good days, like, and really good parts of the days, and I don't know, it was nice. I felt like very productive during it, like, obviously, and it was a good way to like properly bond with my friends. Like, we like would stay up in the tent late at night and talk, and that was really nice. I will put in some videos and pictures. There was beautiful scenery as well. Like, I don't know, I did enjoy it, but I didn't enjoy it. I don't know how to put it. Like, I think some people genuinely really love DOFE, and I don't. But I was more doing it because I knew I needed something for my personal statement. So yeah. But no, I think I definitely would recommend it. Especially if you haven't got anything to write in your personal statement. It's just a very widely recognised thing. And I mean, I can't speak about gold, but I can definitely speak about silver and bronze. Like, if you want to do it, definitely worth doing. But don't do it just because people are telling you to do it. I think that was my issue. Like, I'm still happy I did it, because I literally don't know what else I'd write in my personal statement, because for my volunteering I was able to talk about communication with like staff and like shop management and stuff, and like dedication and all that random like generic stuff you talk about. So I think, especially if you haven't got anything for your personal statement in your extracurricular section, it's worth doing because it's just quite widely recognised. But if you do like swimming and you play a sport and like you're super, I don't know, just, I don't know, you have really cool outside of academic interests, and you don't actually want to do it that much and people are trying to push you, like, it's probably not worth doing, because you still have like something to write about. But if you just genuinely want to do it, like, literally do it. It's literally a really cool experience. It's like probably really good to talk about. It's very widely recognised. And if you do gold, you get to meet one of the royal family. I can't remember who it is. It's probably the Duke of Edinburgh, isn't it? But no, I'm glad I did it, and I would recommend it to anybody who wants to do it or needs something for their personal statement. It is physically challenging and demanding. I think I personally found it easier than the rest of my group because I have walked a lot like throughout my life. So if you're I mean, loads of people are able to do it who don't walk, but they just find it harder. So you may find it hard, but like obviously you will probably complete it unless you drop out, which not many people do, I don't think, or at least at my school. So I hope this video was enjoyable or useful. I hope it satisfied those of you who are thinking about doing DOV. I don't really know specifically what you wanted me to talk about, but hopefully I've covered all bases. If you want to know anything specific, just drop a comment down below and I'll try my best to reply to you and give you a good answer. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope this was useful. I'll see you soon for a brand new video. Bye!